with each other. But what we have to do as regular people, decent, upright human beings, we have to win them over in a way that God puts in our hearts. And you know what? I think I'm going to start calling myself the Illuminati Whisperer, because, you know, where I get that from is what Jesus taught about loving your enemy. So, you know, if I start a website, I hope nobody steals my idea, but, you know, I kind of like that. Be the Illuminati Whisperer. It's not that I have any regard for these people that are being wicked and their fruits are obviously rotten. You know, you find out that they're a murderous gaggle of ruthless thugs, and that, we often wish that God would smite them with lightning, of course. But, you know, we have to back off and say, well, wait a minute, what did Jesus say about this? So it's not our job to judge them in the sense that we condemn them, and it's not we don't have to hate them. We can free ourselves from them. And if they want to hate us, that's their business. But we, as regular, decent, upright human beings, we don't have to indulge in that, engage it. We can leave that to God. Leave that to God's anger, because He can, in an act of passion, He can smite these people. Look what He did in Noah's time with the flood. Okay, what would these people that are, oh, climate change, what would they do if God imposed a deluge on the land tomorrow? Okay, I mean, come on. You know, you understand what I'm saying? So these people are cuckoo. The people at the very top are psychopaths, sociopaths, and they're just, you know, Satanists. They're just mean people, and God is good, and God is powerful, and God is real. So God can do whatever He wants with these people, but Judgment Day is coming. For whatever reason, He wants these wicked people to be alive. I guess it's just so we know the people that we don't want to go spend eternity with. We don't want to spend any time with them, but we've got to get close to them. And, you know, if maybe, you know, some wicked person watches my video by happenstance, hey, great. Well, you know, come out of evil. Come out of Babylon. You know what? Maybe you were deceived, and maybe that God can forgive your soul and redeem you, so that you don't have to spend an eternity with the hypocrites, because that's really what it comes down to. It's up to each one of us to turn our hearts over to God and say, God, please help me. I do not want to be a hypocrite. I do not like being a hypocrite. I cannot live by a double standard. Free me, God. Help me to see through your eyes and to wish for humanity what I want for myself. And show me that in very real means, okay? And let me be free from, you know, my own evil tendencies, my own carnal nature, and let me be free to speak the truth to power and to everybody, you know. And we're all in this thing together, folks. I guess that's the biggest point I have to make, is that the wicked people are alive because it's God's will. And when their time comes, for, you know, you have a right to self-defense, don't get me wrong. But, you know, we've got to leave the big turning of the worm to God. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a big change to happen in our society to get back on the right track. And you've got to understand, what's it going to look like when that happens? We've got to ask ourselves very pertinent questions, like what role exactly will money, it's the concept of money. Remember, it's not the stuff. I really don't care how nice a car you drive, okay? Remember, poor people can be covetous too, and if you're covetous, you're wicked too. You're going to hell with the hypocrites, okay? You don't want to do that, okay? So you want people to, I want everybody to have what they want. I want you to drive the kind of car you want. I want you to, you know, collect wristwatches if you want to. I want you to own a nice house where you want to. I wish you had multiple houses all over the planet, wherever you wanted to live or bring your family. It doesn't hurt, you know, what is it to me that you are prosperous? That's good. So I wish people would want me to be prosperous and have those things too. Only I know that I can't enjoy prosperity in the world system the way it is. I would like to, and I know that God endowed me with the intelligence to go out and make a lot of money, to be financially successful. But it doesn't turn me on. And the main reason is because until this worm turns, until there's a sea change, okay, a social economic sea change, I can't really enjoy prosperity. So why knock myself out to go out there and do it? And then the more money you make, the more you got to support the beast system, the establishment, by paying your taxes. So, you know, it's almost like damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, I want it to be for everybody. It's a relative thing. So when I see prosperity all the way around, then I can really enjoy prosperity. Then I can enjoy driving that Ferrari or that Corvette, whatever, you know, car I want to drive, or, you know, being extravagant. But I understand people that have money, but they can't really enjoy it. Maybe they don't understand. I mean, they can enjoy it superficially, but they can't enjoy it nearly in its fullest because they know that there's all this abject poverty in the world. Poverty that was invented and created. It's totally unnecessary. It's invented, it's conjured up. It's artificial scarcity, it's artificial austerity, it's selective. It's very discriminating. And so people know this instinctively and they can't enjoy their prosperity. Well, I wish everybody could. So you've got to understand, when God is in control of this world, it'll be a place where we're free. Free from what? Free from anybody oppressing us in any way. Whatever way you feel like you're being oppressed, it's not going to exist. Think of all the jobs people are doing out there that exist because they need a paycheck. So this is how these evil overlords have us all by the throat. They've got us living in fear. They're extracting their perverted form of reverence with the money. The money and Satan are like one, like Jesus explained. It's the root of all the evil. So all the chemtrailers, how many guys are going to be up there spraying chemtrail that they don't need the money, the paycheck? How many people are going to be inventing these, you know, this wicked GMO, these products and crap like that, or putting fluoride in the municipal water, or coming out with these vaccines that can hurt people? Okay, it's not going to happen. They're not going to, also all the evil goes away. How many abortionists are going to be out there? Everything, the root of all the evil. So once all that stuff is gone, imagine what this world's going to look like. Imagine what your life would look like with Jesus on the throne. What role? Imagine what role. Is anybody going to hoard money? What role is money going to have? You might collect stuff. It doesn't mean you're hoarding. It just means you like artwork, for example. And if there's no shortage of the artwork that, you know, people are enjoying, who cares? Hey, knock yourself out, but you got to take care of your stuff. I mean, that's the other thing about it. You know, but people want to utilize their talents. People want to be appreciated. People want to be relevant. People want to use their talents and serve each other in the way that, you know, God puts on their heart. We want to be loved. We want to be appreciated. This is, so we will do for others. We don't mind, you know, doing things for others. The system would work fine today if everybody had prosperity. There's plenty of stuff. So as long as there's plenty of stuff and people aren't lazy, so they don't mind going out and serving, you know, individually and collectively in groups, whatever the case may be. But, you know, try it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Let's have an egalitarian society. Let's try it for a while, where everybody had a living wage, and if everybody wanted to be a homeowner, they could be. Everybody had dignity and respect, and we had a realistic work week, and people weren't going off to jobs that they don't need to be going off to. You know, if we just ended poverty through sound currency, we did a gradual end to poverty, what you'd see is a lot of jobs would disappear. So just think of all that extra productivity that could go into doing the stuff that we really want. That instead of going into creating debt for people, 25% of Americans employed in the financial services industry and going out and putting us in debt, that's their job. And people think it's so great. Oh, thank you for the loan. Thank you for putting us in debt. Thank you for the national debt. You know, it's just going to these robber barons at the top. They're just completely, you know, raping the economic daylights. They already have done it, you know, and the only thing we do is put our foot down like Iceland did and, you know, say, you know, this is illegitimate debt. Here, you guys take your debt and you go talk to the Chinese or whoever you borrowed the money from, but we, the people of America, aren't paying it anymore. Okay, we want to see the housing prices readjusted to where they should have in 2008, because they would have plummeted a hell of a lot more than they did. Okay, you'd be able to buy a house, let's put it this way, anywhere in the country on a minimum wage job once again. If we really had a reset back then, that's how it would be. But instead, like here in California, we're leading the way. We've got fewer and fewer homeowners. So that's evidence that prosperity is going down the tubes, that poverty is indeed exploding. The majority of California residents are renting. So you know there's millions upon millions of landlords, and more people want to take that path. And it doesn't take any creativity or intelligence to be a landlord. You just got to go get OPM. You know, they teach you at these seminars, you know, how to be a vulture and go in, and how to be a landlord and go get this money. And from the Federal Reserve, you team up with the Federal Reserve, you know, you become part of the machine, the beast. and then you can become a landlord. So you're on the other side of the equation. There's great divide is being constructed where, because now, landlords want to preserve their interests, so that they want to keep you poor so that you can never save up to buy a down payment on your house, ever afford to buy a house. So they're right there to buy a second and a third because it's easier and easier to start buying more. That's how these real estate magnates like Trump, they make their fortune by doing this and then gentrifying the properties they buy. So understand, all the people that are involved in these jobs are totally non-productive. They're only hurting humanity. They're only causing oppression, making the problems worse, making the wealth disparity grow. And, they sit back there like kings and lords that, we honor and pay deference to. And I say, don't do it. And then look at all the people employed in the criminal industrial complex, what I call not the justice system, the injustice system, the criminal injustice system, because a lot of the laws are just baloney, like so many people tell you about drug laws and stuff. People should be free to do what they want. Who is the state? Who is this religion to say, oh, that's immoral, we can't let you